Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today we're going to be doing the daily reading for Wednesday, December 9th, 2020. And today is a day that's ruled by the second chakra and guided by self-generation. And the galactic signature of today is the blue galactic eagle energy. And so the blue eagle energy is all about the visionary mind. It's all about creation and that process of seeing from that higher perspective, that higher point of view. We talk about this sometimes, how the eagle sees from that higher perspective because it soars above everything. And so it doesn't look at a situation simply from this point of view. It goes above and views the entirety of the situation. This is also the energy of entering into the collective consciousness and really understanding our part in the unfoldment of the collective plan and how we can influence and share our vision, gain that higher perspective, and utilize that for the betterment of the collective as a whole. It's also that process of rising above limitations, rising above the limitations of our own minds, so that in our own personal lives, we can get that higher perspective on situations, on our own minds and our own perceptions. The galactic tone is galactic. And so this tone is all about harmonizing, modeling, and integrity. And so it's about living in harmony with other beings, but at the same time, modeling our ideals and our values and our beliefs, what we know to be true in the core of our being for ourselves and in the collective sense, and the integrity that comes when we model that in our actions, in our words, and we show and teach other people how to do that through this process of doing that. And it's really interesting energy because it pairs very well with the astrology of today. And before we get into that, I am going to read you the affirmation for today. It is, I harmonize in order to create modeling mind. I seal the output of vision with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of self-generation. And so we have the moon today in the sign of Libra. And Libra is a sign that's all about harmony and balance, which, as we said, fits very well with this galactic tone today. And so we really are seeking harmony and balance with our fellow man, with the people in our lives. Our emotional state is craving that harmony. And it may be a little bit of a challenge because we do have an opposition being made loosely to Mars and also to Chiron today. And so it's that energy of we want to be careful that we are not saying things or doing things simply for the purpose of making other people feel good when it goes against our own personal integrity, when it goes against our own personal truth. We don't want to be overly catering to other people because of this energy. And so this may be a wound that's coming up for some people as far as the people pleasing and that kind of energy. We want to look out for that today. Luckily, we have some pleasant aspects going on today as well. We have a lot of the alignments for the eclipse. So if you guys didn't check out that video, I just put that out yesterday. Absolutely check that out. I go over that in a little more detail in that video. So I'm not going to get super into this right now. But we are setting up the astrological alignments for that eclipse. And so we're feeling these energies. That's why those videos are really good to watch in the days leading up to or the week leading up to the eclipse. And also afterwards, if you haven't caught that video, still catch it. Because those energies, we're still feeling them. It's not like all of these planets come together for one day and then immediately break apart. They don't move that quickly. And so we feel the energy building and then we feel the energy dissipating afterwards. And a lot of times I feel the energy personally very strongly in the week or two after the event itself. And so we want to be aware of this as we're moving forward. But we have the sun moving into conjunction with Mercury. And so our mental processes are very, very much going right now. And it's in the sign of Sagittarius. And so that's a fire energy. And so we're definitely feeling that our minds are beginning to move a little more quickly. They're beginning to expand, right? Sagittarius is that energy of learning, of expansion. It's ruled by Jupiter, of growth. And so we're really wanting to grow. We're really wanting to explore. We're really wanting to expand. So that is really beautiful energy. We have a trine going on with Mars and with Eris. And so we are feeling incredibly motivated. We're feeling we're feeling that energy of empowerment coming through, and really that drive and that motivation to begin pursuing what it is that we truly want. Like, we're feeling that itch within us, and we're really that desire, that fire, that passion is being motivated right now. We're also having a square to Neptune, and that square is actually exact today between the Sun and Neptune. And so this is challenging us once again to use that visionary mind, to take ourselves higher, to look at everything from a higher spiritual perspective. We want to make sure that we are bringing that spiritual perspective in, that we are bringing that collective, expansive energy into everything that we're doing, everything that we're considering, into our motivations, into our healing process. We're really being challenged to evolve spiritually right now, and to evolve in whatever ways have been coming up the most for us. And we'll know what those ways are, but a lot of this does have to do with the expansion of our sense of self, of our identity, of our belief systems, right? Sagittarius is also about faith, morals, ideals, belief systems, all of that stuff. When we talk about the integrity of the galactic tone, modeling that in our lives, but really looking at and being open to continuing to reframe that from that higher spiritual context with that higher vision. Yeah. And yet we have the moon sextile Mercury too. So a lot of that mental energy also connected with our emotional energy today, and our thoughts very much moving our emotions as we navigate the energies of today. And the Mars is still in a squaring within 5 degrees of that squaring aspect of Pluto. This is the final Mars-Pluto square of the year, but it's that condensation of power, that pressure around our personal power and our personal authority above all else. And so really we're feeling that it's kind of like a pressure cooker of energy as far as that goes. We're really wanting to step into our integrity, into our sense of power, really feel that we have control and power over our own lives, which we do, right? We are co-creators. It's both, right? We have ultimate control over our lives because we are creating everything that we're experiencing. But sometimes it can feel as though we don't. And we don't understand. We don't know how to master that power. And when we don't know how to master that power feels like it's working against us, because that's all of that subconscious stuff, right? Our subconscious mind is manifesting. Our vibration and our subconscious mind are the key manifestors in our lives. Our consciousness manifests as well. But if it's not in line with our subconscious, and if it's not in line with these deeper aspects of the self, with our vibration, those manifestations aren't going to come through, and they may show up instead in the form of what we would perceive as blocks. And those are obstacles or challenges that are teaching us where it is that we're not in alignment with what it is that we desire. And so if we can recognize that and move through that, then we can become more in alignment with what it is that we're wanting to create. We can empower ourselves. And so this is ultimately an energy of empowerment, but it's showing us where we need to step up more, what we need to look at, what we need to heal. What is it that's existing within our subconscious, within our vibration, that is ready to kind of level up to the next phase, essentially. And we may be feeling, with this Sun square Neptune energy, we may be feeling a little bit confused as well. Things may not seem 100% clear. Neptune can be that energy of illusion. It is that very mystical, mysterious kind of energy. And so there could still be aspects of our lives today that are feeling very mysterious. But we want to tap into that other aspect of Neptune and understand that things are being divinely guided. So all we can do is pay attention to what's in front of us. What is it that is being called into my understanding today, that's asking to be looked at, to be acknowledged, to be integrated, to be healed, so that I can continue to move forward? And we may be seeing some of this healing in our relationships as well, where our relationships are calling out for healing. And with that Moon and Libra energy, we're really going to want to be doing that. But we want to make sure, like we said, that we're doing that in a productive way. We're doing that in a way that still models and honors our own integrity and our own process, and everything that we are realizing is of importance to us. And I think I'm going to pull a couple Beyond Lemuria cards to start us out today. Clear. What do the Beyond Lemuria cards have to say? What guidance do you have for us for December 9th, 2020? What guidance? Yeah, as we're building up to this eclipse, as we're building up to the 21st, all of these energies, 2021, we don't want to indulge in that escapist tendency that sometimes Neptune can produce, right? We want to rise above that. We want to really look everything head on that's coming up for us so that we can move through it and we can clear what needs to be cleared, release what needs to be released, and really begin that finalize that process of stepping into our power and really moving forward in the world in that confident way, knowing that we are the creators of our reality. And we're not unaware of things and having to be taught them in ways that are uncomfortable, because we're willing to look at them and we're willing to acknowledge them and work through them. And the first card out is the third eye chakra, pineal perspective. And so that third eye, very active today. We have that intuition and that insight going on. We are receiving all kinds of activations right now throughout the month of December, leading up to the final sealing in of those activations, that final activation and sealing in of those activations with the 1221. I keep wanting to call it a portal, so we're going to call it that, with the 1221 portal. And so where our pineal gland is being worked on right now, our third eye is opening to greater and greater, I don't know what the word is that I was trying to use there, but our third eye is opening more and more. Our pineal gland is decalcifying, it's activating, and we're really becoming more in touch with our psychic abilities and our psychic senses. And I think that this is some of that confusion energy too, because a lot of people, if we're not used to this, we may not fully understand what's happening or feel like we can trust it as downloads begin coming through, as our intuition begins to talk to us more and more clearly. We may not trust it, or we may not understand, or we may simply not want to hear what it has to say because we had our sights and our trajectory focused in a certain way. And now all of a sudden this information is coming in that's starting to make us question things. So yeah, that's a really interesting energy when we have this energy of Sagittarius and also the Sun conjunct Mercury energy. It can be this energy of feeling like we know we are very set in what we believe and what we think we know. And so we want to let go of that energy. And a lot of these downloads and information that's coming in for some people, maybe it's kind of challenging some of those things. And the reason that's happening is to get us to let go of what's not serving us, to get us to see, like, what is it about my perspectives, about my belief systems, about my understanding and decision of the world, how the world works, what the world looks like, how I look and how I operate within that world, that needs some fine tuning, that needs to be questioned so that I can release it and move beyond that maybe quite limited view of reality and view of myself. And so trust these downloads that are coming through right now. And trust that perspective, that higher perspective that it's giving you. This is the card about the higher perspective as well, like we were talking about, the eagle mind. Trust your eagle mind. And then we have endless opportunities coming out. So this is really great energy. I really like that. I'm feeling that energy. And this is the energy of when we say all possibilities are possible, right? All these different, like, you can visualize these different bubbles as like different timelines and different possibilities. And so there are lots of opportunities coming through for us. And we have the ability to create. I mean, if you look at her, she's looking at these bubbles with very focused, intense energy, very focused intent. So this is that power that we were talking about of when our subconscious is no longer a mystery to us, when our shadow is no longer a mystery to us, when our vibration is aligned, when our will and our intent are aligned, right? Because we have our conscious will and we have our subconscious will. And when we align the two of those into a solidified, unified will, that's when we can really create some incredible change in the outside world, in our outside manifested reality. And so she's really playing with that and having fun with that and directing that and choosing which bubbles of creation she wants to send out. It's like she knows that she has opportunities and she is taking full ownership of those and choosing the opportunities that are correct for her, but also knowing that like we can shift timelines and we can choose a new, like we can choose a new path and a new route anytime we want. Like the opportunities are endless. So it's like, don't be afraid that if you are being presented an opportunity right now, if you don't take that, you're going to miss out. If it doesn't feel quite right, if it doesn't quite resonate, if you don't quite know, and you feel like you need to wait and get more information and get more in tune with yourself to find out what it is that you truly want, just understand there are a million other opportunities coming. They are absolutely endless. This universe is infinitely abundant, and we are powerful creators. So there are always options. There are always opportunities. It's just like, choose the one that feels the best to you. And if you choose one and it doesn't fit, it doesn't resonate, know that you can choose another one anytime you want as well. There is no shortage of abundance or opportunities in the world. And this is like traveling to other dimensions too, I'm feeling like, for some of you guys. Like astral travel and stuff, playing around with that, having fun with that. Having fun stepping into different realities or different timelines and possibilities just to see how they feel. That's really interesting. That's what they're saying, that that's a thing that you can do as well, is ask to step into these different possibilities, these different timelines, and just play around in them and see how they feel. Like ask for a preview. It almost feels like if you don't know what you want to do, ask for a preview of that. That's really interesting. And then we have Starseed Elemental coming through. And the Portal Keeper. Oh, yeah. So you guys, this is really interesting energy for today. I'm feeling like, yeah. There's nothing official that says like that this day, like we say 2020 itself is a portal. This kind of like the 1212 portal. The 1212 portal is open, I guess. And so the 1212 portal is very open today, is sort of the energy that I'm feeling here. It's very, very much open today. Like it's been opening, and it's almost like it feels to me like the 1212 portal is fully opened today. So that's really fascinating. That's really interesting. You guys might want to check out the 1212 portal video that I just did the other day as well. If you can't find that, that is listed. If you go to my playlists, look up, there's a playlist titled Portals. It's Portals and something else. But you'll be able to, you'll know which playlist it is because it has the word portals in it. Yeah, so that energy is very, very much open today. So it's really like you're being invited to play around with that energy today, to go ask for previews of different timelines. What might that look like? What might that feel like? Know that you are very capable of shifting timelines today, of really playing around. Like this is that pineal activation that's really going to be intense for a lot of us today. As that is, we're beginning that serious, that process. They've been upgrading our DNA, and they've been doing these things to us all throughout the month of December. But that energy is like, today is like a major day for that, I'm feeling. And we can really play around. We can really play around and have fun with these energies, and have fun with shifting through timelines, shifting through dimensions. Of course, we always want to do this safely and with our energy field protected. We want to call upon our Merkaba. We want to utilize, right, the heart chakra, this heart energy, as we're navigating these energies, and really be firm that we are only communicating with benevolent beings. Benevolent beings. I always say benevolent beings in service to the light, right? And we want to use our heart as the guide if we do some of this interdimensional travel today. But we're absolutely able to tap into that energy. And then we have the home card under that. The heart chakra and the home together. And so it's like we can go home, like go within your heart. Look how she's pointing to her heart, and there's like a star in the middle of her heart. It's like, ask to be taken home today. And see where you go. See what happens. Ask to travel to your home. And see. Sometimes we get taken to a different galaxy. Sometimes we meet different beings. Sometimes we travel right back to Source, because Source is our ultimate home, right? But it's the home within our hearts, and really feeling centered in the home within our hearts today. So yeah, I really like that. And you notice we've got the bubbles going again, except instead of butterflies in these bubbles, we have eyes. So it's like, once again, seeing from all of those different perspectives too. I feel like today's a day where we're being given the opportunity with this portal energy to see from lots of different perspectives. Like taking that eagle mind a whole step further and like moving that out into the multiverse. Getting a multi-dimensional perspective of situations, of opportunities, of what life is presenting to us. We really can like step firmly into that energy. And then we have evolution here, right? And you can see the strands of DNA on this card. So our DNA is absolutely evolving. This is a huge day for that. If you are feeling especially thirsty, if you're feeling especially tired, hungry, whatever it is, like just pay attention to your bodies and what they are needing today. Whoa, this card is super trippy if you look at it close. Yeah. Pay attention to what it is that your bodies and your spirits are requiring today, because there's a lot of work being done on you. Ask for it to be done with ease and grace. Ask for expansion during this process if you need to. And then we also have the high heart. So that's beautiful. We have the heart chakra and the high heart. So huge heart chakra activations coming today as well. Really opening up that heart energy, opening up that receptive energy. Ecstatic bliss. I love that. Unfurling back to love is what it says on this heart chakra card, and this one says ecstatic bliss. So really sinking into the bliss and the harmony and the love. Going back to love, right, with the home card next to it. I love that, because love is what we are. Love is where we come from. Love is our home. And so really feeling at home in that place within ourselves, in that sense of bringing that sense of love, traveling into the heart chakra today as well, really deep within that heart chakra, and seeking our home within there is something that we can absolutely do today. Oh my God, this is so cool, this reading, you guys. Then we have the violet flame coming out. So play around with that. Utilize that violet flame today. It's great for transmutation. It's great for energy clearing. It's great if you're doing interdimensional travel. It's another thing you can call upon, is imagine that violet flame encircling your aura, keeping you safe. And then we have unique gifts. So this is our soul gifts that are coming online. This is our capabilities. We are accessing, like we talked about in the 1212 portal. Oh, this card is cool too. This is super trippy. We are accessing all of the deeper recesses of our mind, of our consciousness, of our capabilities. That was talked about in the 1212 portal video. And these other aspects of ourselves are coming back online within our DNA, right? The true expression of our DNA, which is so much more than what we have expressed thus far. That contains the blueprint for all of creation, for all of this multiverse, for all aspects of ourselves. And so as more of that is activated and comes online, these gifts are our soul gifts, right? Which are our birthright, are the truth of who we are, come online. And so really a lot of abilities coming through for people right now, really tapping into those and feeling those. So have fun with those and play with those today is kind of the message coming through. Have fun with those. Play with those today. Go into a meditation. Really just seek, like, do it in a fun, light, playful way, really centered in that heart energy, and just really see what it takes you. Ask for your gifts to be to manifest in divine timing with ease and grace, in their highest expression, for your highest good and the highest good of all. And just see what comes through for you today, because I'm feeling just a lot of, yeah. Oh, there are so many beings that are working on us. I feel like there's a lot of us are receiving different types of psychic surgery and stuff right now that we're not even aware of. So this is really cool. And then transformation under that, which is exactly what's happening today. So this is not what I expected the reading to be for today, you guys. This is really incredible. This is really incredible energy. I love it. Let's have a lot of fun with this today, guys. I am super excited after doing this to play around in some of these energies myself and know that this is the opening, but this 1212 portal is going all the way through to December 21st, We are feeling this. We are in this energy. We can play with this energy. We can have fun with this energy. We can really invite this energy. It's like we're coming back home to the truth of who we are right now, to the truth of who we are, and to the truth of our spiritual power. And this is a beautiful, blissful process. It doesn't need to be scary. It doesn't need to be intimidating. It doesn't need to be frustrating. We can just be open to it. We can allow it, and we can flow with it. And there's so much. Oh, so much. I want to read the unique gifts card, which is number 55, interestingly enough, which is the number of changes. And that's right next to the transformation card. So huge changes. But I want to read this one for you guys to close. And it says, your superpowers, a sense of purpose, the meaning behind your quirks, exploring your interests, shortcomings as unique, undiscovered skills. I passionately believe that we all have gifts to bring to the world. If we all did what we truly excelled in and enjoyed our talents and abilities, would enable our communities and our planet to thrive. What would the world be like if each person contributed from a place of overflowing enjoyment, right? Ecstatic bliss, without obligation. Where would we be if the jigsaw pieces came together for a diverse and complementary reality, free from prejudice or competition? Some of us have already discovered or remembered what we feel we are here to do. Others are still seeking or just starting to consider this idea. Your inspiration may come as a message in a vision or dream. It may be something others have recognized in you for a long time. It may come from a deep resonance with something you are yet to try. You may be concerned it will affect or transform your current lifestyle. Your gift or purpose may be something you enjoyed immensely as a child but did not bring into your adult life. Perhaps there is an array of shoulds holding you from what you love doing. When there is enjoyment in what you do, you can give more to it, way beyond your usual capacity. It lights you up when you think or talk about it, and you need less in your life as you are fulfilled through doing it. When you don't do it, you might feel ungrounded or low in energy. If you haven't connected with your purpose, look at quirks and what they are telling you. You may struggle with some things because your mind works differently in these areas. Things you may have considered shortcomings might be the qualities that enable your gifts. I struggle with dyslexia, and my synesthesia is so strong that there was always a process of translation when I went outside and learned or socialized communication. I had to decipher thoughts and concepts from luminescent abstract images that amplified the more energy there was behind them. It was quite frustrating as I felt it made me unintelligent. The words I could muster felt inferior to the information I was experiencing. The time it took to translate meant much was lost, so I would often give up mid-sentence. However, this non-linear way of navigating reality was perfect for energy healing and traversing realms. When I discovered painting, these skills were even more helpful. I then realized I could explain everything in a visual way that included the flow and color of a feeling, and somehow people all over the world seemed to understand. And so you're being asked to ask yourself, what makes you unique? Are quirks that you feel are shortcomings? Any quirks that you feel are shortcomings could be the key to your superpowers. Look for the positive sides of your oddities and traits. How would you like to spend more time? Are there things you would like to try or feel a pull to explore? Now is the time to follow these whispers. You never know how transformational they may be. And so I read that because that was there to be helpful for people who have really been considering and trying to figure out what their purpose is and feel as though they're not getting anywhere. Follow that guidance. Explore your quirks. What makes you different? What makes you unique? What are your specific, unique obstacles, struggles, and challenges? And how might those be put there for you to learn more about yourself, for you to overcome, for you to help other people learn about and overcome? What do you need to call upon? What did you have to call upon in order to overcome those challenges? Really look at those things. Look at where you're being pulled, where you're being drawn. What demands your energy? Not like the outside world demands, like you have to do this in order to survive kind of energy, but what demands your energy in the way that like you're always kind of pulled there. And every time you hear about it or every time you think about it, something kind of sparks inside of you. Pursue those things. Really explore your inner self. As we explore our inner selves, things just become more clear, because we know what it is that we like, what it is that we're drawn to, what it is that makes us different. The things that make you different are your greatest strengths. It's just, we've been taught that we're not supposed to be different. And then, so we shrunk back from that and we tried to put ourselves inside a box. And this energy is all about coming out of that box. That's what allowing your light to shine is. It's coming out of the box that you felt that you needed to put yourself in for whatever reason, and really moving out into the world as your own individual. And it is those things that you tried to suppress because they didn't fit in that are most usually can lead you to your spiritual gifts and what it is that you uniquely have to offer. And so that's the closing guidance there for people. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a really fun day playing around with this energy. This is super, super fun. If you like this video, drop a comment. Let me know how this is resonating, how today is feeling for you. I love hearing from you guys. There are links down below to donate to my channel, as well as my email. If you would like to set up a personal healing, a personal reading, any other things that I offer, please reach out to me. That is my favorite part of all of this, is really connecting with and working with you guys one-on-one. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.